Well, hello, friends. I am sitting on the coast here at Otter Cove and thought I would take a minute. I was chatting with a friend yesterday, and we were talking about times of challenge or times of testing. And we were talking about Job and how Job, in the book of Job, it talks about, will we receive only good from God's hand? If there's trouble, do we blame it on something else? Do we realize that everything's in his hand and that he has everything in control and that he can cause everything to work together for good? So we were talking about that and enjoying kind of a conversation around those topics and about keeping our hearts tender, loving, and kind in times where it may be difficult to do that, where you've been hurt or where any scenario that would cause you to hold back or to lash out. So with that in mind, I read this little story and it was so cute and it really felt like it tied in. And I ended up putting it together on the computer today just to kind of put a little visual with it. So that's my little ant that I made, and I created like a little lens, you'll have the contact lens. And anyway, so that's, I created that little guy. Isn't he cute? He's so cute. I like those big eyes. So I hope you enjoy this little story that ties in with those scriptures and that it'll remind us of a perspective that's important to have. A young woman named Brenda was invited by a friend to go rock climbing. She was fearful and anxious about doing it, but she overcame her fears and she decided to join the group to climb to a very large granite cliff. She put on her climbing gear, took hold of the rope, and started up the face of that rock. She got to the ledge where she could take a little breather, and as she was hanging to look over, the safety rope snapped against one of Brenda's eyes, and it knocked out her contact lens. Well, there she was on a rock ledge with hundreds of feet below her, hundreds of feet above her, and still grateful that she hadn't fallen. Of course, she looked and looked and looked for the contact lens, hoping it had landed on the ledge, but it just wasn't there. She didn't know what to do. Her sight was now blurry. She felt desperate and began to get upset, and then she prayed, "Lord, I'm asking for your help. Please help me. Help me get down and help me find my lens. I can't see." When she got to the top of the cliff, a friend examined her eye and checked out her clothing for the lens, but there was no contact lens to be found. Brenda sat down despondently with the friends, waiting for the rest of them to make it up the cliff. She looked out across the range after mountain after mountain after mountain, thinking of the Bible verse that says, "The eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth," 2 Chronicles 16:9. She thought and she prayed, "Lord, you can see all these mountains. You know every stone and leaf. You know exactly where my contact lens is. Come on, please help me." After all accomplished the climb, they walked down the trail to the base of the cliff, and at the bottom, there was a new party of climbers that were just starting up the face of the cliff. One of them shouted, Hey, you guys, did any of you lose a contact lens?" Well, that would be a startling enough, but you know how the climbers saw it? An ant was carrying it as it moved slowly across the face of the rock. They took notice. Brenda's father was a cartoonist, and when she was told the incredible story of the ant and the prayer and the contact lens, he drew a picture for her of the ant lugging that contact lens with these words, "Lord, I don't know why you want me to carry this thing. I can't eat it, and it's awfully heavy. But if this is what you want me to do, okay." So I didn't get to see her picture, so that's why I created my own so that you can enjoy that. And I hope that you did, and I hope that you remember God's in the big and in the little. He's with us on the mountaintops. He's with us in the valley. He's with us in the trials, and he's with us in the calm. So have a great and glorious, love-filled, and victorious day, my friends. Bye for now.